Pandas, a while back I got a special request from Diana asking if there was any way I could make her super cute OC pony, and I thought I'd give it a try. To bring the pony to life, I'm using Rainbow Dash, and for the hair, I'm using a bubblegum pink and key lime green. I'll also be using black and white acrylic paint. So let's get started. I am using some acetone to remove the cutie mark, and I'm also going to remove the rainbow that she has around her eye. And there was no way to save her eyelashes, so we'll have to go in there and put those back in later. So to start off, we are going to have to pop off her head, and the head comes off easily like that. You kind of just twist it to the side. I know it looks really scary, Rainbow Dash without her head, but I promise to put Humpty Dumpty back together again. So to start off with, you have to remove the little neck plug, and this is kind of dangerous because we're having to use a sharp X-Acto knife, so get your parents' help with this part. I use an X-Acto knife, and I made tons of tiny little cuts all the way around the plastic white part of the plug, and I'm cutting it very delicately away from the actual blue part, which is the body. And this is going to take a while, and be careful not to cut yourselves. Now once you get all those tiny cuts in, the plug will kind of just pop out like this. I think I'm actually, there's a little part of the body still connected to my plug, so I'm just going to go in there with my X-Acto knife real quick and get that cut away. And so the plug will come out relatively easily, just like this. Okay, maybe not so easy, but there it goes. You'll have to excuse me throughout the video because this is the first time I ever try to rehair a pony. So using some really long nosed pliers, I'm just pulling out the entire tail, and that came out super easily. There's no glue attached to the tail. It'll pull right out, and it looks like this. I kind of want to keep it for maybe like another custom pony in the future. I'm not sure. Now to take out the hair from the head is actually a lot harder. As you can see, the pliers, they don't reach inside, and you cannot just pull the hair out because there's so much glue keeping the hair in the head. So see, even if you pull really hard, this hair will not come out. So what we got to do is soften up that glue. To do that, I am submerging the entire head in hot water, not boiling water, but pretty hot water. And I am just going to let the head soak for about 5 minutes, so that way the hot water kind of starts to dissolve and soften the glue for us, and it will make the process of removing her hair a lot easier. So 5 minutes have passed. I'm gonna fish out her head. The water's still hot. Let's see how hot the head is. It's actually not that hot. I've actually gone and I've removed the neck plug from the head, and I apologize because I thought I was recording and I wasn't. But you can see inside all this glue, and so you have to pull out all of this hair that's glued in. Now what I did was I stuck the pliers in there, and then I kind of like moved them around to break up the glue as best as possible, and the hair comes out in like really big chunks. So you see I'm getting chunks of yellow, chunks of green. This is so far the hardest part about doing this custom pony. So here's Rainbow Dash. I really hated to take out all her hair because I love her rainbow hair, but you see all these little pin dots. That's where we're going to go in and put in her new hair, which is here. So I've taken the hair out of the bags. Look at this gorgeous green and pink color. I am loving these two colors together. I really like Diana's OC pony, super adorable. So I'm gonna take about a third of the hair here and remove it from this bundle. And remember, this is the first time that I ever tried to rehair a pony, so this might be too much hair, I'm not sure, but I don't know, about a third of this looks good to me. So I'll take that, and then I'll be getting a third of the pink. So here's the long strand. So it's a super long strand of hair. You'll see it's like doesn't even fit in the camera. And I'm going to cut it in half with some regular old scissors. And so here's the half. And to me, I personally think that this hair is still too long for the hair in the mane. So I'm going to cut that half into half. So I'm going to end up with strands of hair that are 1/4 the length of the entire original strand of hair. And this is what I'm going to use to rehair Rainbow Dash into Diana's custom. So in the picture, Rainbow Dash or her custom has like a little bangs in the front that are pink and green. So what I'm going to do is the front half, I'm going to do the left side one color and then the right side one color. And then her mane is a mixture of pink and green. So I'm going to go in and kind of put stripes in the hair. So using a Sharpie, I am just going in and kind of marking off the sections so I know what color goes where. So here's the Rehairing tool that I bought off the internet. It's like a little needle and it has a small little space at the tip where the hair goes inside, kind of hooks inside, and then we plug it into the pony. I'll show you in a bit. But before I get started, I am wetting this hair to make it easier to work with, okay? And then you'll see the hair kind of separates itself and it's kind of hard to pick up. But so this is like a really good little hair plug is what I'm gonna call them. It's about, I would say like 6 strands of hair, 7 strands of hair. And we're gonna get all those pieces of hair and see they hook into the tip of this little rehairing tool. And then you find the hole that you wanna put the hair plug in, press in, pull out just like that, and bam, we got our first hair plug in. And then you just repeat the process all over the head, and you can put whatever color you want, you know, wherever you want. You can control the custom pony. So I have all the green in, and I'm going in and repeating the process with pink. And I did most of this off camera because it's a lot easier to do it when it's kind of sitting on your lap opposed to being in front of me trying to record. And so here it is. I got all of her hair, brand new hair, put in, and it actually came out super awesome. So the front bang is a mixture of pink and green, and then the rest of it is like striped. So see, I have like blocks. It's green, pink, super cool. It's kind of like a rocker look going on here. Now to seal the hair in, so that way we make sure it doesn't like, you know, just pop out after that hard work of rehairing it, I just poured some regular old Elmer's glue in there, and then I'm using a Q-tip to just, you know, mix the glue around. And I'm putting that aside and letting it dry. So here is the rest of the hair that I have. It's half the length. So remember, to do the mane, and we did it a 1/4 length. This is a half a length, so I didn't cut it again. And I'm using a tie. It's like a really long bread tie. And what I'm doing is I am going to tie this little tie right in the halfway mark of this bunch of hair. And I'm leaving this little tie really long. And you'll see why in a second. So again, this hair is half of the length of the original strand. And then there we go. It kind of looks like a little whip or something. So here is the body of the pony. I am going to insert this directly into the hole where the original pony tail was. Now using my pliers, I'm just going to grab that little bread tie and pull it through. Now this is actually too much hair, guys, so I had a really hard time trying to get it in. So if you're gonna try and redo this, I don't recommend using as much hair as I did. That was actually really hard. So once you pull it through, make sure that the pony hair, her tail, is still sticking out of her behind. You don't want it to pull all the way through because then you just have to like redo the process. So once it's in, undo the tie like this. And I am using these little cable ties. I got these at Lowe's. I think it was like $3 for the package. And just use the cable tie just like this. and tighten it all the way through and catch all of that hair just like that. And using some sharp scissors, cut off the extra tip from the top, and then pull the hair like this, and there we go. That white square will ensure that the ponytail does not come through the pony. And so there we go. We've rehaired the ponytail. That was the easiest part, let me tell you. Okay, so now we got to get these plugs back in. I chose to use E6000 glue because I personally think it holds really well, but you might be able to use hot glue or super glue. I mean, I don't know. To be honest, guys, this is my very first custom rehairing pony, so I don't know. I'll try a different glue next time I make another pony. So there we go. That wasn't too hard getting those plugs glued in. Now, if I looked at Diana's custom, the picture that she sent me, and it kind of looked like her custom had like little bangs on the front of her hair, kind of like this. So I want to somehow train the bangs to go down the front of her face. So to do that, I took some masking tape and I folded it on itself so that way it's not sticky. I'm not actually putting tape on her hair. And what I'm going to do is kind of just create like a bandage around her whole head that holds the hair down and to the side, just like Diana's custom. So just like this. So hopefully the hair will be trained to lay down like some bangs in the front. Now I am going to leave these pieces out and let them dry overnight, so that way the glue and the hair is good for the next day. And look, they came out pretty good. The glue looks like it dried. And let's check out the hair. Oh my gosh. This is my experiment. I've never done this before. Oh, look, it stayed. Cool. So that worked. So see, now the bangs, they're trained to stay down and to the side, like some really pretty bangs at the front of her face. That's so awesome. So now all we gotta do is put these pieces back together, and that was actually really hard. I had to do that off camera. I needed a lot of strength to do that. And there's a little bit of dried glue at the edges, but I'll pull that off at the end. So looking pretty cool. So now it's time for a haircut. So the bangs are a little too long for my liking, but of course if you're making your own custom, you can leave this hair as long or as short as you want it to be. So I cut the bangs a little bit, and I'm going to just trim the tail a little bit. This is like the most nerve-wracking part so far, because if you cut too much, that's not good, but that looks pretty good. And I'm just going to trim her hair. I'm not going to cut it all off, but there's a lot of like, I don't know, like uneven pieces. So I'm just going to cut it like that. Ooh, so cute. So you'll see here that I have kind of tied up the hair because this is how I curl it. So if you want me to make a video on how I curl the hair, let me know in the comments below and I can get that video made for you guys. But I didn't want this video to be too long. So using the black and the white acrylic paint, I am drawing in the cutie mark here on Diana's custom pony. So to me, it looked like it was a skull with like some type of crossbone, and I'm going to get that painted in. And earlier I accidentally took off too much of her eyelashes, so I'm just going to use some paint and draw her eyelashes back in. And then I'll go to the other eye and just kind of thicken up the eyelashes on the other eye so that way they can match this eye. And here's the finished product. The custom ponies on the left and Diana's drawing on the right. I think it came out really cute, pretty close to what she sent me. I like the hair colors. I like the way that the tail curled. I think for my first attempt at a rehairing, it came out pretty nice. But if you guys have any tips, tricks, suggestions on maybe doing this easier or faster or better, please let me know in the comments below. I am totally open to you guys' suggestions. And I signed this custom pony with my initials. I like it. I hope Diana loves it. It came out super cute. Do you want your custom OC pony made? It could happen. All you gotta do is leave me a comment on my Facebook page with a picture of your custom creation and a short story about your special pony. Once a month, I will randomly choose one custom pony and make it in real life and post the video on my channel. I'll even mail it to you. So check out my Facebook page, and thanks for watching. Bye.